I'm Bill Haslam, the Governor of Tennessee, here with my friend, Governor Markell. We're hopefully going to have a great conversation about education, what we've seen accomplished, what our concerns and our hopes are for the future. So let me ask you something. I mean, our country, there's talk just, till everybody's tired of it about how divided the country is. And yet, my sense is you did a nice job of working across the aisle and doing that.
Obviously, you're a proud Republican, chairman of the Republican Governors Association, but education is not a partisan issue. Democrats and Republicans alike want what's best for our kids, and I think if we put common sense first, then we can be successful as a country. And what I'm hopeful is that other new governors coming in can see that, in your case, in my case, we were willing to do tough things in our first term, and we were still able to win re-election as well. And I really do have a lot of faith in the voters about that. Your last couple years, and since you'll be done in 2018.
What? Nobody told me that.
Nobody told you that. When you think about the next governor coming in, whoever that might be, what's your advice to them about how they should prioritize?
My predecessor, Governor Bredesen, was different parties, Democrat, but they had worked really hard to do things that I always told, my Republican friends, hey, that's stuff we believe in. And so they really did three things, and we stuck to those. They raised the standards, what we expected every child to know. They worked really hard to get an assessment that matched those standards. And people are always saying, well, why don't we give the ACT as a year-end test or do this or that? But they were really clear, no, we need to, these are the standards we're expecting students to learn. So we need to have an assessment that matches those standards.
What we really want is we want the assessments to be helpful to teachers so that they can identify where their students are falling behind. Right. We had a bill that passed both houses that I ended up vetoing to allow parents to opt out of these assessments. If we don't have these high quality assessments, it's not possible for us to be honest with these students, with their parents, with the teachers about where they're going to go from here.
We owe it, we're putting a lot of public dollars into public education. We owe it to as stewards of that money to make certain that we're being accountable for the results, all of us.
We use basketball, and when you set the standards low, it's like teaching basketball players, having them practice by shooting in an 8-foot basket. Yeah. They can get really great shooting in an 8-foot basket, but then they get into the game, and they're competing against people who've been practicing in a regulation basket, and they don't do too well.
We really do think on the same wavelength. The analogy I've always used is like said, well, we put the goals at 7 feet, and then we tell all our parents, great, your child can dunk, but we're not really serving them well.
Exactly. The Every Student Succeeds Act has been a big part of what's going on nationally. Tell me, what are the most important things to making sure that states take fullest advantage of that law?
Now it's up to state and local governments, and it's made it more important than ever that states understand or the states know what direction they want to go in. And then local government is the same way. Those local school board races have never been more important.
And if states do what they should, that's going to be a good thing.
That's right, but there's more accountability on us than ever before.
You've achieved some remarkable progress in Tennessee, and for states to achieve that kind of progress, part of it is the schools that are having the most difficult time have to achieve real improvements. Right. How have you made that happen?
Going in and turning around the school is really, really hard. But I think it's about, we have a saying here in our Department of Education that we've kind of clung to, and that's all means all. And we're talking about all kids. It means all kids, regardless of zip code or disability or anything else. So we can't accept, well, that's just a historically underperforming school. It is interesting how much Delaware and Tennessee's path on education, one, states in very different parts of the country, one a red state, one a blue state, but our path on education has been very similar. And my point would be, if you look at the states that have had the most success over the last 8 to 10 years, we would be two of those at the top of the list. Again, different states, red state, blue state, but we took a similar path, and I think the outcomes prove that the approach works.
You're very good at this. Yeah. I think it's supposed to go the other way too, but you are awfully. I know what you're doing after you're finished.
Looking for work right now.
Yeah, good.